The video you're about to see is of a restaurant in Boston. Its ballroom had a flood. A condo above had a pipe break, and the water deluged down into the restaurant ballroom, damaging the ceiling. It collapsed, as you can see, right on the dance floor. In the ceiling itself, the insulation got wet, and you can see the ceiling tile grids where the tiles had once been. And now our workers are going to be picking that up, and now in this picture, in this part of the video, they're pulling out the wet insulation. This they have to do because if that stays wet, mold will grow up in the ceiling cavity, so we got to get it all out before we can set our drying equipment up to start blowing some nice dry air up in there. And as you can see, the ceiling tile now on the floor it fell down, and some of it got ripped down by our techs. It's getting picked up, bagged, and then carried out into the street to get picked up by a dumpster, a truck. Here's the dance floor. We're picking this up. This has got badly damaged from the water. It was no good. So we're picking it up, and we're going to keep some of it for the insurance company to look at. The rest is also going to get brought up to the trash. Underneath that dance floor was water, so we have to vacuum that up as well. And we realized we had to pull up the carpet tiles and dry the floor below. Okay, so what I did to determine that these carpet pads be ripped up is I went to a dry area like this one here. And you can see it is, it is 0. Now I'm going to put it on concrete pins, push it in, go back and look, and I have 9.8. So that means in this concrete should be around 9.8 because that's again a dry area. So I then have to go to a suspected wet area, which I know is where the water was, and check that and see what that rating is, so that meter reading is. Okay, so now I'm in a wet area where it was really soaked. The pin's to 0. When I go to put it in, it's coming up to 25%, 26%. So that means there's a 16% difference between the dry area and the wet area. So there is moisture in here, and we're afraid that these carpet squares, they look like 2 feet by 2 feet, has a rubber backing. So it's going to act as a vapor barrier. What I'm afraid is this eventually would have dried on its own, but what would happen is it would condense in the bottom of this carpet and it turned out moldy and smelly. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the carpeting, run some air movers across, at least for a couple days, pull as much moisture out as we can, and then have the carpet company reinstall or re-glue down the carpet squares back in the concrete. After drying the carpet, our techs are just peeling up the carpet squares. They come out very easily, just very lightly tacked down, and they're stacking them up because they're dry now. And again, we're just drying the floor below. This flood job took us about 4 days to dry. The ceiling dried fairly quickly because we had ripped the insulation out, and the floor dried very quickly once the carpet squares were out, once we had that vapor barrier away from the floor. If you have any questions, give us a call at 781-449-5552, or check out our website at puritanflood.com.